Welcome to our incredible wildlife journey today. Subscribe to https://www.youtube.com/ Saved Paws Stories -GS4 for more amazing animal rescue stories from the beautiful wild. James is a dedicated conservationist patrolling the deep African savanna. His daily routine involves tracking poachers and protecting vulnerable wild animals. The morning sun casts golden rays through the thick canopy. Everything seems perfectly peaceful and quiet in this beautiful natural reserve. Suddenly, a faint rustling sound breaks the silence of the forest. James stops walking and carefully listens to the mysterious noise. He slowly approaches a dense bush, expecting to find a small bird. Instead, a tiny lion cub emerges from the shadows. The frightened little cub looks up with big, pleading eyes. And it seems completely exhausted and desperately alone in the vast wilderness. Normally, wild cubs run away from humans immediately. However, this brave little creature takes a hesitant step toward the tall ranger. To his absolute astonishment, the tiny lion cub wraps its small paws tightly around his heavy leather boot without any fear. It clings to his leg as if begging for urgent help. James gently kneels down to inspect the shivering little animal. He knows that a mother lion is usually nearby. Being this close to her baby could be extremely dangerous for him. Yet no angry mother emerges from the surrounding bushes. The little cub gently bites his pant leg, pulling him forward persistently. James realizes the cub is trying to communicate something important. He decides to follow the little guide deeper into the forest. The journey is tough as they navigate through thick, thorny bushes. The little cub constantly looks back to ensure he follows. But they walk for miles under the scorching afternoon sun. James feels a strong sense of urgency radiating from the anxious cub. The landscape gradually changes from dense forest to a rugged, rocky terrain. The path becomes steeper and much harder to climb. James carefully watches his steps on the loose rocks. The cub moves surprisingly fast, driven by a desperate need to arrive. They finally reach a secluded area surrounded by high stone walls. A low, painful growl echoes through the quiet, rocky canyon. James cautiously peeks over a large boulder to investigate the sound. His heart sinks at the heartbreaking sight before his eyes. A magnificent adult lioness lies trapped in the dirt. A cruel wire snare is tightly wrapped around her bleeding back leg. She is visibly exhausted from struggling against the unforgiving metal wire. Every movement she makes only tightens the deadly trap further. As James steps forward, the mother lion suddenly roars fiercely. Her maternal instincts kick in, trying to protect her precious baby. She bares her sharp teeth and fiercely swats the air. Despite her severe injuries, she is ready to fight to death. James immediately freezes and slowly lowers his body to the ground. He must show her that he means absolutely no harm. In a beautiful moment, the little cub runs to its mother. It nuzzles against her face, softly purring to calm her. The mother lion gazes at her baby, then back at James. The aggressive tension in her eyes slowly begins to fade. She realizes this human is not a threat to her family. The cub acts as a perfect mediator between two worlds. Taking advantage of this temporary peace, James slowly opens his backpack. He carefully pulls out a large bottle of fresh water. He pours the cool water into a small portable bowl. He gently pushes it toward the incredibly thirsty and exhausted lioness. She hesitates for a second before greedily lapping up the water. Her severely dehydrated body desperately needs this vital liquid refreshment. After drinking, she looks at him with slightly softer eyes.
Just hold on.
James knows she needs more energy before the painful rescue begins. He retrieves some fresh meat from his emergency supply pack. He tosses the food near her paws with very slow movements. The lioness devours the meat quickly, regaining some very important strength. The little cub playfully nibbles on a small piece nearby. Now comes the most dangerous and critical part of the mission. James takes out his heavy-duty wire cutters from his bag. He slowly inches closer to her badly injured back leg. The lioness tenses up but miraculously allows him to touch her. The thick steel wire is deeply embedded into her torn flesh. It is going to be incredibly difficult to cut through. James carefully slides the sharp pliers under the tight metal wire. The lioness lets out a low growl of immense pain. He pauses and speaks to her in a soft, soothing voice.
You're a brave
The brave
little one,
cub
aren't you?
rests its tiny head on her paw.
It's okay,
With one
you're safe
powerful
here now.
squeeze, the thick
Just
metal
rest.
wire finally snaps open. The deadly trap releases its cruel grip on her leg. The lioness instantly feels massive relief from the agonizing pressure. However, the deep wound still needs urgent and proper medical attention. James quickly prepares his medical kit to clean the nasty infection. He generously applies strong antiseptic spray directly onto the wound. The stinging sensation makes her flinch, but she remains surprisingly still. She seems to understand that he is trying to help. He skillfully wraps a clean white bandage around her injured leg.
It's okay,
He makes sure it
baby.
is perfectly secure
Almost
but not
done.
too tight. Finally, he administers a
such a
quick
brave
injection of powerful
boy.
pain relief medication. This will help her heal and survive in the wild. The entire rescue operation took over 2 exhausting and stressful hours. James slowly backs away to give the wild animals space. The mother lion struggles for a moment before finally standing up. She tests her bandaged leg with very cautious Sioux steps. Although she is limping slightly, the terrible pain is clearly gone. The little cub jumps around her legs in pure joy. The majestic lioness turns around and looks directly at her savior. It is a profound look of pure gratitude and respect. She gently nudges her brave little cub with her big nose. Together, they slowly walk away toward the safety of bushes. James watches them disappear into the beautiful golden African sunset glow. His heart is completely full of immense joy and pride. These amazing moments remind us why wildlife conservation is so important. Every single animal life is precious and worth fighting for. The bond between a mother and her baby is truly universal. It transcends the boundaries between dangerous wild beasts and humans.
As the sun
This
sets
little
on the
cub
savannah,
bravely
the
risked its
future
own life
of these
to save
magnificent
hers.
creatures
It proves that
rests in our
animals
hands.
possess incredible intelligence and deep emotions. As the sun sets, the savanna returns to its peaceful state. The wilderness reclaims its beautiful creatures under the starry sky. James packs his equipment and
Animals
begins his
possess
long journey back
incredible
home.
intelligence
He knows
and deep
tomorrow will bring
emotions.
another day of important work. The forest whispers its silent thanks to the dedicated human protector. Another beautiful family remains intact in this harsh natural world. We hope this touching rescue story brought a big smile to you. Nature is full of wonderful surprises and heartwarming miracles. Please remember to always respect and protect our precious wildlife habitats. Together we can make a huge difference in their lives. Share this incredible video with your friends and lovely family members. Let us spread the powerful message of
Look at what we've
unconditional love and
accomplished.
compassion. Thank
It's
you so
amazing
much
what a
for joining our
difference we can
amazing
make
wildlife
together.
adventure today. We truly appreciate your continued support for our
In
rescue
their
channel.
eyes,
Goodbye
we find
from
unconditional love.
www.youtube.com/www.com/@SavedPawsStories
Your support makes all of this
GS4.
possible.
And see you in our next
Thank you
thrilling
from the
episode.
bottom of my heart.
Keep loving animals
goodbye
and
for
stay
now.
safe until we meet again.